Hi students, today we are going to continue studying the next lesson, English 8, Unit 10. So what is the title of Unit 10? Yes, it's recycling. The lesson today is Lesson 4, Language Focus, on page 95, 96 and 97. Are you ready to study? Now, let's begin. The lesson today includes Part 1, passive forms, and Part 2, adjectives followed by an infinitive or a noun clause. Now we start. First, I help you to understand passive form first. Now look at the sentences here. Sentence A. The glass is broken into small pieces by people. This sentence is in passive form. And sentence B, a new house will be bought by them next month. Yes, the two sentences here are from the active sentence. Sentence A, the active sentence is people break the glass into small pieces. And sentence B, the active sentence is they will buy a new house next month. So, how does it become that? Now, I help you to understand more. First, we explore how sentence A become like that. Now, look at the sentence A. The glass is broken into small pieces. It is from the active sentence. People break the glass into small pieces. To change from an active to a passive, now you look at the red arrow. First, we bring people to the back sentence, a passive, and then we put by before it. So, step 1, you look at the form. We bring subject to become by people. It means object. Yes. Now, we move to step 2. Yes. The glass in active sentence, we bring it to become of the sentence and it becomes a new subject, the glass here. So the next step, step 2, we bring object of the active sentence to become the subject of the passive sentence. And next, and you look at the verb break in active sentence. Break here is an irregular verb. We have break, broke, and broken. And you look at the passive sentence. Is broken. That means we bring the verb of active sentence and we change it, becomes be and V3. If we don't have V3, we can use VED. So in step 3, we change the verb in active sentence into be and V3 or ED. So those are the 3 steps of changing an active sentence into a passive sentence. Now you use these steps to do with another sentences. So why do we have is here? Now look at the verb break. It is in present simple tense. In present simple tense, we have to be, is, are. So the subject here is the class. So it is singular. So we use is. We don't use or are. So I remind you again. To change a sentence from active to passive, the first step, we bring subject to become an object for the new sentence. We put it after by. And the next step, we bring object to become the new subject for passive sentence. And the next step, And the last step, we change the verb into be and V3 or VD. Now, you follow the 3 steps above for sentence B. A new house will be bought by them next month. It is from an active sentence. They will buy a new house next month. Now, the first step, we bring they to become the new subject by them. Yeah, the new object by them. And the next step, the next step, we bring a new house to the beginning of the sentence to make it become a new subject for this sentence. And the next step, the verb buy. Yeah, the verb buy, we have an irregular verb, buy, bought. So V3, we don't use V0 or V2. And buy becomes be bought. Because this sentence has will. So after will, we use a V0 form. So we don't change be here. We just put will before be. And then next month, we bring it to the new sentence. So look at it. Looks like the sentence B. A new house will be bought by them next month. So those are the 3 steps of changing an active sentence into a passive sentence. Now I want you to follow the 3 steps and do exercise task 1 on page 95. You open your book on page 95 and you do the exercise. Now I help you with the basic sentence here. People wash the glass with the detergent liquid. Sentences, people dry the glass pieces completely. Sentence D, people mix them with certain specific chemicals. Sentence E, people melt the mixture until it becomes a liquid. Sentence F, people use a long pie, dip it into the liquid, then blow the liquid into intended shapes. So all subjects of these sentences here are people. I put the subject for you to easy to change it into passive. Now you stop the video and you do the exercise. Then I give you the answer. Have you finished? Yes. Now 3, 2, 1. Here is the answer. Sentence B. The glass is washed. So we use to be is because the subject is singular and the verb wash is a regular verb, so we use VED. Sentences. The glass pieces are plural, so we use the verb to be are. So the verb dry is a regular verb, so we use VED. Now look at sentence D. They are mixed. So subject they are plural, so we use to be are. And mixed is a regular verb, so we use VED. And sentence E. The mixture is melted. So mixture is singular subject, so we use is. And melted is a regular verb, we use VED. And here we have in sentence F, we have 3 verbs here. The first verb is use, the second verb is dip, and the last is blow. Now look at how does it change. A long pie is used. because the new subject for the verb use is a long pi, it is singular, we use to be is, and use is a regular verb, so we use the ed. And the same subject for this sentence, it is the subject it is in singular form, so we use to be is, and tip is a regular verb, so we use ved. Remember double p before we add ed. And now the last verb is below, so the subject for the verb below is the liquid, it is in singular form, so we use is, and below is an irregular verb, below, below, belong, so we use v3 belong. So that's the end for task 1 on page 95. Now we continue. You the sentences and you match the sentences with the correct pictures here. So sentence A, sentence 1. So picture 1 with sentence A. The glass is broken into small pieces. Picture 4 goes with picture B, sentence B. The glass is washed with detergent liquid. And picture 3 goes with sentences. The glass pieces are dry completely. And picture 5 goes with sentence D. They are mixed with certain specific chemicals. And picture 2 goes with sentence E. The mixture is melted until it becomes a liquid. And the last sentence. Picture 6. Sentence F. A long pie is used. It is dipped into the liquid, then the liquid is blown into intended shapes. Now we move to task 2 on page 96. We use passive form for the verb in blankets, and then we fill them in the blanks. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 blanks here with 4 verbs. Now you stop the video and you do the exercise, and then I help you with the answer. Have you finished? 3, 2, 1. Now here is the answer. We use will before be because the task here is a famous inventor, Dr. Kim, is going to. So going to belongs to the future, so we use will in passive form here. Now blank 1, number 1, will be shown, because the verb show here we have v3 shown, or you can use ved here. Both of them are correct. And number 2, built. It is an irregular verb, so remember we use v3, be built. And number 3, the verb finished. It is a regular verb, so we use ved, will be finished. And number 4, make. It is an irregular verb, so we use v3, be made. So here is the answer of task 2 on page 96. You copied out the answer. If you can't follow, you can stop the video and copy it out. Now we continue to the next part. Adjective follows by. So look at the example here. It is happy to hear about that. Now, in this sentence we have happy. Happy is an adjective. Adjective nghĩa là tính từ đấy nha. And you look at the verb after happy, we have to here. So what is the form of the verb here? It is V0, V2, or Ving. So we have V2. So what is the verb form after an adjective? Look at the sentence here. Happy, and after it is to here. So it means after happy we use V2. That means after adjective we use a V2. The same here. It is not difficult. So difficult is an adjective. The same as happy. So to remember is V2. The same as to here. So remember, after an adjective we use a V2. We don't use V0 or Ving. Now remember, subject be, we can go use not or without not, and then adjective, and here is important. After adjective we use V2. Remember that. We use V2 after an adjective. We don't use V-ing or V0. Now look at the next example. I am afraid that I can't come to the party. So what is the difference between sentence here with the sentences in number 1? So we have afraid. I am afraid. Afraid is an adjective too. But after afraid, we don't use a V2. We use that I can't come to the party. This is not a V2. It is called a clause. A clause. So a clause begin with that. We call it now clause. Remember that. We call this part now clause. So here, what is after an adjective here? So after an adjective afraid, we use a now clause. Now clause. Now look at the next example. We are delighted that you passed the English exam. So here, the same as the first sentence. We have delighted. Delighted is an adjective, and after delighted we have that you passed the English exam. That you passed the English exam is called a now clause too. So after an adjective here we have a now clause. Yes. So what can follow an adjective? So an adjective can be followed by a V2 like in number 1, and after an adjective can be followed by a now clause like number 2. A now clause, we have that and subject and verb. We call it a now clause. Now remember that. I remind you again. After an adjective we have two things can follow. The first one is a V2 and the second one is a now clause. Now we move to the next part. You look at the pictures here. The situation here, a tourist and Lang talk together. A tourist say, "Could you show me the way to the post office?" And Lang reply, "Turn right, then left, then right, and then left again. Is it easy or difficult to understand?" So it is difficult. So the tourist said, "It is difficult to follow your directions. Can you start again, please?" Now here are the adjective and the verb. In the box, I want you to use them to fill in the conversations below. Now Mr. Dao and Hoa. Can you do the exercise, Hoa? Yes, Mr. Dao is. So you can choose easy, understand, dangerous, to go, hard, believe, important, way. Remember you put to after adjectives here. So follow the meanings here. In the situation, we can choose the correct answer. Now look at on the other situation. Now you stop the video and you finish the exercise, and then I help you with the answer. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Now here is the answer. Conversation B, easy to understand. Conversation C, hard to believe. Conversation D, dangerous to go. And the last conversation, important to wait. Now, continue. You complete the letter here in the box by using the correct adjectives. Remember, use the correct form of the verb to be here. Follow the real time in the letter. Now you stop the video and you do the exercise, and then I help you with the answer. Are you ready? Now, here is the answer. How many correct answers do you have? If you don't have correct answer, please look at the screen and correct your answers. Now, we move to the next part. Here on the lesson, at home, you try to learn by heart the structure, especially passive forms, and you prepare for the next lesson, Unit 11, Getting Started, with listen and read on page 19 and 98 and 99. And you do the exercise below and send the result to my Zalonic with the telephone number is 036-453-2298. Now, take out your notebook and copy down the answer, the exercise. You stop the video to copy down, and then you try to remember the 3 steps of changing a sentence from active into passive, and then you do the exercise. That's the end of the lesson today. See you again next time.